That's bad.
Alright, today is one of those days where we just nose to the grindstone, try to get as much done as we can. So I made myself a little to-do list of everything I'm going to try to get done, and it's going to start with the RX-7. I need to finish getting the transmission bolted up, bolt the converter up, bolt the starter up, and the wiring to the starter. And then for the Starfire, I need to get the rear shocks bolted back up and finish bolting the wheels on. Nothing real major with that. And then back to Jack. A few things I want to do with this today. I got a new alternator bracket for it to try to shed a little bit of weight, because this is a big cast aluminum piece. Pretty heavy, so that'll drop this down to in here somewhere, and then we can try to ditch the power steering too. Well, I'm gonna ditch the power steering for now. I want to measure for possibly putting a rack in this thing. I thought that I had a manual steering box that would fit it, but it turned out it was a power quick ratio one. So that sucks, actually, because I really want to get rid of the power steering in this truck. Even if for the time being I just have to pull it off. This truck spends most of its time going straight. Turning around is gonna be a little bit of a bummer, but like I said, I think the inconvenience of turning it around in the driveway versus the dropped weight on the front, I think it's well worth it. Also, my dad was just here. He dropped off this fuel for it. This is X Pro Drag 3. I looked it up a little bit, and it seems like it's just a unleaded, oxygenated race gas for the most part. And I don't know, people seem to make good power with it, but my God, does this stuff smell horrible. We are dripping a little bit, damn it. Alright, I'm gonna have to fix that. God, this stuff smells so bad. Alright, so I gotta add fixing that leak to the list too. But for now, I've already got the RX-7 jacked up. I'm gonna crawl under that thing, try to not take a nap, because I'm just no energy today. And try to get this thing that little bit closer to being ready to go. Alright, got everything taken care of under that car, hopefully. And then I started to tighten the fittings on Jack Black here for the fuel cell. I mean, they weren't exactly loose, but they were dribbling, so I don't see it weeping anymore. But to do that, I had to take the cap off and stick my hand in this fuel, which I wasn't super excited about, and tighten it. And I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but it is trying to change my pigment. So that's a little freaky. I'm going to go wash my hands. There you can kind of see. So yeah, I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick. Alright, hand seems okay. I think it was just drying out in the air. Looks like the next thing on the list is bolt down the wheels and the shocks on the Starfire. That'll only take a second again, so I'm just gonna knock that out real quick. Can zip most of it on with the gun, and then we'll move on to Jack. Because I think that's gonna take a little bit longer. Have to do a little bit of fabrication probably. Alright, got that thing all taken care of. I did notice that the bushings for the shocks, because it has like this kind of interesting coilover setup where there's like a normal like competition engineering 3-way adjustable shock in the back, but then it has like this bracket on the top and bottom to bolt a coilover spring onto it. It's a really interesting setup that I'm sure is pretty common in like bracket cars, but I've never seen it before. Anyway, I noticed that the bushings for the shocks are completely gone. Like, they're not just rotted, they're gone. So, I'm sure you'll be able to... Yeah, that's the shock, like, blopping around. So, I think the shocks might still be good. They're a little old, but they might still be good, so I might look into just getting some bushings for them. Or, I mean, those shocks are pretty cheap, so I might just get new... I gotta get new shocks for the front, too. There's not even any on it right now. So, we'll see. Anyway, 2 things taken care of, and it really didn't take too long. I started this at, I don't know, 11:30. It's almost 1 now, so we're cruising. Next thing up is Jack Black. I'm gonna have to disconnect the battery because I want to pull the alternator off, get that friggin' thing out of the way. And then I didn't tell Pops that I'm gonna pull the power steering off. Well, I did tell him, but I think he thought I was joking. So I'm being serious. This thing's out of here. For now, I think I'm just going to loop the lines and make him suffer. But once I get everything out of the way, I do want to measure for a manual rack and pinion setup. Because for the most part, I don't think it would be super difficult to make it work. There's a huge cross member down there that I could weld the brackets to bolt it up. And then I would just have to get it in place, figure out everything for like bump steer, and make a new steering shaft. So we'll get to that when we get there. First, let's start with disconnecting the battery and pulling the alternator off. We've got room. Woohoo! So, let me show you what we're going to do to replace that. This is a new alternator bracket from, I want to say, yeah, ICT Billet. Alright, so here is how we are setting it up. Are these two completely different things? I thought this was all the one kit, but I think this is just for the alternator. And this is for the power steering with an electric water pump. I still think that I'm going to have to modify this a bit, but this shouldn't take nearly as long as I was expecting to put this on. So, what it looks like is we're going to pull out these two bolts for the water pump. This is going to plop right in here somewhere, and then there's going to be the bolt up here through the alternator to the head right there, right? So it'll be, give or take, about like this, right in there. And then we're just going to use the alternator to tension the belt. Like most small block, big block Chevys, things from this era where they don't have the tensioner on it, you just, actually the same thing we did on the Fiero. If you haven't watched the videos with the LS Swap Fiero, go check that out. That thing's pretty fun. Alright, so after kind of thinking about things for a second and then coming back here and looking, we seem to be missing an bolt. So there's going to be the two 5.5-inch bolts that go into here, and there's supposed to be a 6-inch bolt that goes to the head. So it looks like we've got the 6-inch bolt. We just need another 5.5-inch bolt. So I might be able to find something. If not, I'll just probably bounce down to the hardware store, see if I can get something. So I'm gonna start throwing this on real quick. Yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to be real good. I think we are going to have to switch back to a V-belt setup, which isn't a huge deal. Because it looks like it's going to be real close to rubbing this. So I'm going to send Pops a message to see if this other bolt fell out of the box at his place. Because it might have. We opened it there. And hopefully it is. And hopefully he still has the V-belt setup or some V-belt setup over there. Actually, I think I've got one on the small block over here. Oh, no, I don't. Dang it. Yeah, I thought I had one on that. Dang it. So yeah, I'm going to send him a message real quick and see if he has anything. Hopefully he does. And then we can get this thing buttoned up. Alright, so I ended up finding a bolt that'll fit here. It's a regular one, but, you know, whatever. Now we need to find a normal, like, small block Chevy big block type alternator, because this one that was on it is more like an LS style alternator. So that means it doesn't really fit at all, and the spacing is pretty different. I think that we could space the crank pulley out, because this one just bolts on with the 3 bolts. We could put like some washers or something behind it, and I think it would probably be fine, honestly. So we might try that. My dad said he has a old school style alternator, so he's gonna bring that over, and I'm gonna see if I can get this alternator pulley on it, and if I can, we'll probably space the crank out and then call it good. Might have to swap these bolts around, to be honest. I didn't think about that at the time. Alright, pops here, got the alternator all hooked up, got a little belt on it. Just gonna fire it up and see if it's charging. What's up?
It wouldn't rev up.
Oh, as soon as you get out, yeah, I was about to say, as soon as you get out here, you'll see what the problem is. Yeah.
I was gonna say, what the fuck? And as soon as you said something, I thought, rag.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as you get out here, you'll see what the problem is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Was it charging?
Yeah.
Cool.
Took a little bit.
Yeah. Who would have thought that an air pump needs air? Cool, cool.
Yeah, I was thinking, everything that went in my mind was this fucking, well, yesterday, to lead up to what I'm thinking.
All right.
I went to Diamonddale to pick up Terry's new car he bought.
Yeah.
Piece of shit to drive. He gave me the battery he charged up. Went out there, couldn't get the back open, so I had to climb through the back seat, up and over the thing, down where the spare tire is, put the battery in the back. That's where it goes. I touched it, it fucking arced like a bitch. What the fuck? I asked the guy. Like, I don't know. So I told Terry that thing was junk battery. Well, he charged it up, so I stuck it on there, fucking arcing and all. Okay, climb back up and over and get inside, turn the key on, and then I'll notice underneath the front hood, the whole fucking car's going up in smoke.
Oh, jeez.
Fucking bailed out on the front, over to the back, took a dive with a 1.5 twist, unhooked the battery. Son of a bitch, I just fried his brand new car. And I said, you said you guys started it up on your battery? Yeah. Can you go get your battery? Well, it's a brand new, big son of a bitch. Well, drag it over here. Shut up and just go get it. He brought it over. The motherfucker's huge. Sat it in there, and I stuck one on. Stuck the other one on. No arcs whatsoever. Climbed back up in front. Boom! Start the car right up. I think it was so dead that Terry was high. He charged it in reverse, so it reversed all the polarity. But man, as soon as I hit that key, everything under the hood, I mean, smoke was rolling. I thought it was going to be on fire.
Yeah.
And I bailed out and fucking went to do that. I told Terry about it, but then when I started it up and started missing, I'm thinking, okay, having the wrong wire here is it causing an electrical short and all this shit going through my mind real fast, thinking, fuck, is there any smoke around here? Yeah, flashback of yesterday. I just remember yesterday really good, thinking, I just burnt this fucker's car down. So I kept the guy's battery and brought it to Terry and said, hey, now that it's back here and it's unloaded and you got it, pull the battery out and take it back to your buddy. Because I swiped his battery so I can put it on there. I'm curious how much fluid we're going to lose on your floor. Well, I can just cut it like you do at my place and just let it dump.
Hey, I don't know if you've seen the floor, but I do that here too.
get out of my way.
Easy squeezy.
How much do you think?
30, 35?
Yeah. Heavy.
Alright, got the power steering all pulled off. Got the lines just looped for now. I don't recommend this. That's all I'm going to say. I don't recommend this. I do eventually, I think I'm going to bully him into putting a manual rack on this thing. One, it'll save a lot of weight. Having a rack or even a gearbox that's designed to be manual, it'll work a lot easier. They have better gear ratios in them. So yeah, like I said, I don't recommend this. But we did drop probably 40, 45 pounds between these off the front of the truck. Yeah, so now he's gonna test, see how much of a pain in the butt it is. Doesn't seem horrible.
Nah, not bad.
And once you're moving, it's just gonna get a lot easier. Alright, so Pops just took off, and I think we actually got done everything that was on the to-do list I wanted to get done today. We got the RX-7 transmission all bolted up, converter bolted up, starter and the wiring to the starter all on. And I actually ran the, put the block on for the oil feed for the turbo and ran that line over to the turbo. Then we got the wheels bolted on this, and the shocks all bolted back on. Like I said, still need to order new ones for that or get the bushings for it. And then we got the new alternator bracket on this. Eliminated the power steering. It looks good, I think. Like, just over the last couple of days, this truck's changed a lot. It's crazy. And I think we dropped in the neighborhood of 45 pounds off the front with the radiator, about 55, maybe 60. And I think the front came up about a 1/4 inch. Because I know when I measured for the cam height a couple days ago, it was 23.5, and now it's about 23 3/4. So that's pretty cool. Got this thing to quit leaking finally. I want to rescale the truck so bad because I'm so curious how much it weighs now. Because since the last time we weighed it when it was still had the old radiator in it, the old accessories, had full interior in it, heater box and everything. Had the shifter pedestal. I mean, we're estimating that we dropped 300 pounds out of it, give or take. I mean, I know the front came up about 2.5 inches since we started stripping weight out of it. So I'm very, very curious what it's actually at. And I want to rescale it so bad. But I know that we still have to make changes to it, and I should just hold off. So maybe we'll do that in the next video. I don't know. I still need to order the stuff to do the bull horns. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, clicking that bell. It really helps the channel. I'll see you in the next one.